Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy. I hope you're doing well today and staying warm. It is so cold in Florida. I have like overalls on, a long sleeve shirt, and I'm still having to wear my house coat. I've got socks on. It's probably like 65 degrees, which is really cold for me. So today's a special day, and everybody knows today's a special day because it's 11/11 2025, which means that translates to 11, 11, and 9. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So this is a 9 year. And so if you reduce 11, you get 2, and then you get 2 again, and then you get 9. So it's a 229 number, which is interesting. So today is the mirror and the Red Horseman that we're going to talk about, because on the last video, I went over this map here, and I made a mistake, so I want to correct that now. I said that it was Aiken, Georgia. It's actually Aiken, South Carolina. I'm so blind. I put my big glasses on, my big magnifiers on. It's in South Carolina. I thought it was in Georgia, but it's actually in South Carolina. But the interesting thing about this town here is that it sits on the 33 degree and the 81 degree, and it's where the red horseman, which is the decision point between the pale horseman and the black horseman, if we're talking about a checkerboard floor, and we go from black to white, the middle is red. It's the same thing if you color your hair. You have black hair and you want to go to blonde hair. You have to take your hair up a minimum of 8 levels to get to blonde, a shade of blonde. Otherwise, it turns red. The halfway point is red, okay? So the most important decisions are going to be made on this spot, okay? But before I get too far into this episode, I want to go back to my email real quick, and I want to pull up the Aiken, South Carolina city seal, because I found this really, really interesting. Okay, this is the seal. Now, do you see on here that there's a horse on here? Like the 4 horsemen? And then look right here. We've got atomic energy in this town here. So, what I want to talk about is how this city right here it's a serious business, guys. A serious business. So here we go. Today we stand at the Red Horseman node on the 33 degree, 81 degree line, where spirit crystallizes into matter. Today is 11/11/229. 229. That is when we are manifesting into spirit, into matter today, guys. The mirror is looking at itself. The pillars. Theo and I are mirroring each other right up tight today. We're merging and integrating. We're integrating into higher versions of ourselves. Okay, so we're having a really, really interesting day because we're in the tail end of our cycle, guys. We're in the 13th hour. Okay, so the interesting thing about Aiken, South Carolina is that it sits on these energetic spots. And we talked about how we have the situation with the 4 horsemen, the apocalypse. It has to do with these ley lines. These ley lines where they intersect are decision points. Okay, this is like where the God particle is amplified. Okay, the God particle does not have emotion. It's not negative. It's not positive. It is neutral. It is neutral. It takes whatever is amplified. So if the God particle is stronger at these nodes, where these are decision points for the turn of the cycle, are we going to get flushed? Are we going to ascend? This is the question. Okay. So 229 is a master completion code. It reduces to 4, the number of structure, of foundation, of manifestation. It's the point when spirit crystallizes into matter, when the unseen must finally take form. Transition, to the Aiken node here, okay? On the 33 parallel north, the 81 meridian west, sits Aiken, South Carolina, a city whose seal bears both a horse and a spinning atom. The horse marks its equestrian heritage, but symbolically it mirrors the Red Horseman, the fiery current between the black and pale horsemen on the maps, okay? Let's look here. Aiken, Black Horseman over Appalachia, Pale Horseman over Florida, halfway point, Aiken, South Carolina. It is mirroring these 2 points, guys. Are you with me? These 2 points are being mirrored in the 11-11 today. Aiken, South Carolina. All right. The fiery between the black and pale horsemen, the atom, marks its role in humanity's atomic age, the transformation of matter itself. But right here lies the Savannah River site, a vast facility built in the 1950s to create plutonium and tritium for the Cold War arsenal. Okay. So that's why that little symbol's on the town of Aiken, is because of this business that's there. This business of dealing with the Cold War arsenal and creating plutonium and tritium. So later it turned toward cleanup and new energy research. So there's stuff still going on there, just probably under the ground, right? Along with everything else. All right, so the Red Horseman rides where the fire becomes science and passion becomes power. So we talked about the color theory, okay? So in the color scale, red is the meeting of light and shadow. So it's the meeting of light and shadow. The bridge tone between white and black, just like the checkerboard floor in the Masonic lodges. It carries the heat of transformation, the moment when polarity becomes one spectrum. So that's exactly what Aiken's geography and history express. It's a node where the old divides fuse, a red ignition point on the planet's energetic spine. So every planet, I'm starting to realize, since we have this cycle, let me get my pointer here. Where'd I put it? Anyway, I'll use this right here. Over here, we have on here that we have these ages and these cycles, right? And one of these is 360,000 years. So if we have cycles like this that are broken up into these smaller increments of 2,500 year cycles, and then we have 144 clicks on this clock, this ages clock, and then it's broken down and broken down and broken down. What's to think? Everything in the universe is not following the same pattern. It is. It is. So that means that other planets are also on cycles just like we are. So they have cataclysms just like we do. So if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, if they're not ascending the planet and bringing the vibration of the planet up like they should be, then their toilet gets flushed too, right? So where do you think these people go that have the knowledge, like some of the people that here know how to get off world, not hopping in a spaceship? Unless you're just going up to stay up there, to sit up there. The real places that you go is you go inside the earth. You don't go up into space and just go. Yeah, unless you're hanging something from the roof. You know, we are living in a holographic reality, folks. It's all energy systems. They go into energy vortexes all over the planet to get off world. Okay? So what's to say that these beings didn't come here when their planets went to hell, right? And then when they went and colonized some other place because they didn't have nowhere to go because they were refugees. So, you know, you have a level of desperation coming. The people are just trying to survive. So, you know, this can account for a lot of the takeovers and the aggression and things like that, and how we've gotten off track. We've gotten off track and we forgot. But Everything has a perfect, God's plan is never hijacked. I mean, you can try to play around with it. You can try to monkey around with it, but it's finite. It's finite. It eventually works itself out. That's the beauty of it. That's the circle and the spiral. Okay? So every planet lives through its own great cycle: birth, flowering, decline, and renewal, just like us. When a world fails to rise in consciousness at its cycle's end, its civilizations fracture and souls migrate elsewhere. That's how refugee lineage traveled the cosmos, not by accident, but by resonance. The test is always the same. Can a species understand the fabric of reality well enough to co-create with rather than destroy it? Seriously. If not, the cycle resets. The field clears. The players have to come off the board. The evolutionary cycle will begin again. So those who remember the codes, the harmonic principles, they ascend to the next field. All there is to it. Those still learning, well, they just stay here till the next go round. Eventually comes around again. You can keep riding on the hamster wheel, right? So today the mirror asks each of us, are you ready to see yourself as both spirit and matter, guys? Are you? Are you? Are you willing to build what you've envisioned? Are you? Seriously. The twin 11s are pillars of self-reflection. Between them stands the square foundation of the number 4 vibration. And so this is where our work begins. So we're about to start getting very serious about the Earth Exchange. So today is going to be the first day. I'm going to start a series of videos where we go out to one of these sacred spots. It's on the Crystalline Ridge of Florida. And we are going to do a seed ceremony, and we're going to sow codes into this crystalline ridge and these sea gates on Florida, because I know that I have to do the work. I have to tune the water. I have to seed the seeds, the heirloom seeds, and the codes. And so I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to merge heaven and earth. I'm here to merge heaven and earth. So we're going to start a pilgrimage. We're going to do the Earth Exchange Florida Ridge series. So we're going to travel the Crystalline Ridge of Florida. We're going to stop at sacred ecological nodes. We're going to go to Lake Walking Water, Tiger Creek, Bach Tower Gardens, Lake Arbuckle, Smyka, and beyond. So at each site, we'll offer a handful of mixed soil, a blend of lands already connected. And thank you to channel members who've sent soil from their area that can go into the Earth Exchange program. So all of these sacred nodes that I'm visiting are being tied in to other sacred nodes where people who care about the planet and have awakened, they want to be a part of. They want to contribute their light and their energy into waking up the planet. So thank you to those who have sent little small envelopes of your dirt from your yards so we can use in this program. I really appreciate it. For those who would like to send soil, if you could just drop a pin on your phone, and then mark down the latitude and longitudinal number, and take a large tablespoon. That's all we need. Put in a little baggie, and you can mail it to my P.O. box. It's Stacy Harris, P.O. Box 7492, Indian Lake Estates, Florida 33855. And I thank you very much for being a part of this. So we're going to go and take at each site, we'll offer a handful of mixed soil and a blend of seeds, mainly the 3 sisters, beans, squash, and corn, because they carry very, very old codes from the primordial mother. Okay, and so each site will do that, and we'll do a blessing because they're a memory capsule, a piece of the original Earth blueprint, returning to life. See, now these codes will sow in whether or not the plant grows, because the way that I understand it is that when we go back to a vapor canopy, all this stuff can germinate. So it doesn't matter. We can plant it now and it not grow, because the codes is what's going in, and that's the important part, is sowing the codes. Okay, so by grounding these codes, we choose renewal instead of flight. We're bringing heaven to earth, guys. We're not cosmic refugees. We're planetary rebuilders. This is what the Masons were supposed to be. They were supposed to be the builders. These were refugees that came from Mars a long time ago, and they were the lion families, and they were supposed to be building. And what did they do? They came here and they lost their minds, and now they don't ever want to leave. They don't ever want to leave. So they're just going to try to hunker down here and screw everybody else. Well, it's a call to action for everyone, because wherever you are, you gather a little of your own soil and you speak your intention into it. May this ground remember light. And then plant it and film it. Add your node to the living grid. Upload it to the internet. And let's do a hashtag on it and say Earth Exchange Program. Hashtag it. And, you know, we'll just hashtag all of our intentions on the internet, because when you put it on the internet, it goes to the unified field, folks, okay? So you film it and you add your node to the living grid. So Spirit has met matter today, guys. Spirit's met matter. The 1111 mirror has done its work, so now it's time for the building. As above, so below, as within, so without. The Red Horseman rides. Not in war, though, guys, but in renewal. We can do this. We can do this. So I want to tell you a little bit about this site here that's in Aiken, South Carolina. So in 1950, this place was selected by the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission. It was a 310 square mile tract along the Savannah River, chosen for nuclear materials production. 1953 to 1955, reactor startup. 5 heavy water reactors produce plutonium and tritium for weapons. 1972 to 1988, gradual shutdown, reduced production, safety and environmental focus increased. So obviously there are people that were doing their due diligence in the area, and they were like, okay, this shit's got to go, right? Good on them. 1989, shift to cleanup mission, designated a Department of Environmental Management site. Oh, how convenient. They just turn it into another 3-letter agency, right? New work in waste vitrification, groundwater remediation. So 1991 till now, it's a modern research area. It's a home to Savannah River National Laboratory, work on nuclear material stabilization, energy resilience, and environmental tech. Hard to tell what all that involves, but you know, you could only use your imagination at this point, right? So, I mean, it's interesting that we've got these nodes here, and then we've got the Red Horseman over Aiken, and then when you look at the city symbol, you see a horse and atomic energy, a spinning atom on the sign. You can't even make this stuff up. So what do you guys think about it? I hope that you're going to come along on the series with us and visit some places in your neck of the woods that are sacred sites. Follow your heart. Follow where your energy leads. Get you some dowsing rods. Go to where major roads meet, because those are crossroads, guys. Go to the crossroads. That's where you meet a devil at the crossroad, right? It's decision-making nodes. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. And I bet you if you look up Memphis, it's probably not far off from the 33-degree longitudinal line. I guarantee it. Yeah, I guarantee it. 33 goes through Aiken. Yeah, it's absolutely not far from Chattanooga. So, I mean, come on. So with that, when you come and find me, I'll be here, because we're living in the past, present, and future all at the same time. Get outside today, guys. Put your feet in the grass. Set your intentions super quick if it's cold at your house, and give thanks to our Heavenly Father and our Divine Mother, Mother Earth. Say, this is going to be a great day. And today is 11/11. We're going to merge our higher selves, and we are going to start enacting, bringing heaven to earth. So I'd love to hear your comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, Share the videos. Everybody needs to know what we are supposed to be doing here. So thanks for watching Sacred Enzyme, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.